Robotics company in Japan this week. 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd, but the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before. This next sentence is a quote. I'm writing this down. I've been doing this for years. This is serious, Linda, but you're never going to hear about this in the news.
Although eventually it was destroyed, that's one win for the robots and one loss for the humans.
Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Adabia from the GMS Port City, Mobile, Alabama camp, coming at you with another lesson. But before I get started, I want to give all glory, praises, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the whole field elect, the scattered abroad, preaching the truth and sincerity. To you, I want to say shalom. All right, this is another coming soon video. All right, this is on number 2 because it's a lot of things to come. All right, but I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna play this video clip. All right, and then like as always, got to come out with those precepts, man. All right, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. One of my favorite scriptures, because we know exactly who this devil is. It's Esau, the so-called white man in this precept, but he haven't fully came down yet, but he is, scrambling to get his new world order up. All right, the Lord is going to bring it to naught, though, because Esau's days are numbered, and this devil knows it, man. He will not rule much longer. All right, now, he knows that he have but a short time. This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the earth to this time, no, nor ever shall be. All right, all kinds of, catastrophe events, will be taking place in the future to come. All right, famine, wars, from civil to biological to nuclear. All right, earthquakes, tsunamis, Leviathan, the so-called alien invasion, and even the demonic spirits, manifesting themselves, We would literally see demonic spirits, man. All right, verse 22 is saying, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. It's been news reports and news articles, on the earth's speed about how fast it's turning now, It's turning so fast that we are losing sleep from it, man. You basically have to sleep while the sun is still out to get the proper rest for the plantation tomorrow, man. But we see this man is reaching, trying to cause chaos, man, to break loose, without, being the blame of it, man. All right. Trying to make these planned events look natural, But the devil is in motion right now, depopulating the earth down to 500 million. When it's like 8 billion, so 7 billion, people here on earth right now, man. But one way of many are these robots. Okay? AI. This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coal in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. and I have created the waster to destroy. Okay, and that instrument is an instrument that's used to kill mankind. All right, literal swords, knives, guns, drones, robots, and nuclear weapons. You know, the Lord created the wicked to carry out His will, His judgments, and the wicked creating robots to discipline the people to the extremes. You know, of putting them to death, man. You know, so when a civil unrest break out in the future, hey, you're liable to see robots because, you know, certain cities here in America have already passed a bill stating that police officers are allowed to use robotic force, man. You know, remember a while back with the active shooter, you know, that was out of the military back, so like that was out of the military back in Texas, back in Dallas. I think that was Dallas. You know, that was knocking out the police officers from the roof, man. Hey, they put him to death by a robot that was carrying a bomb, man. You know, it wasn't in human form, but they are being created now, you know, in human form. All right. Hey, man can't compete with robots, but Jakes, you Israelites think you got it all figured out, man. You know, you think that your guns are going to save you from the evils to come, but you're sadly mistaken, man. You know, Esau got some weapons that can cook your insides and weapons that bend around the corner with a camera on it to neutralize its targets, you know. Even little bomb drones, man. You know. Hey, the technology that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua bless Esau with to create these weapons are way more advanced than the Glock with a switch on it, or a Draco with a 150 round magazine attached to it, man. Us Israelites would need more, man. Us Israelites would need the Lord to protect us from His creations, man. We're going to need that standard to be lifted by the Lord Himself, because hey, that's our only protection, man. That's why we're liking the two as worms, because we have no carnal defense mechanism, you know, to speak. You know, we don't have no defense mechanism. You know, our protection comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, not from carnal weapons, man. This is Isaiah 54:17. It say, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. All right, this is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh. You know. And is it say and their righteousness is of me, said the Lord. All right, the Lord's elect will be well protected by the Lord Himself, man. In these trying times, it always been like that from the beginning. The Lord brought His people out of captivity many times. The Egyptian captivity, the Assyrian, the Babylonian, the Persian, the Greeks, and the Romans, and now the American captivity, man. You know. So hey, the Lord always, you know, had his protective hedge over His men, man, over His servants, man. All right. From there, Ecclesiasticus 39:27. It say, all these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinner they are turned to evil. All right, the ones that truly serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will be protected from death. You know, and the martyrs in this truth, you know, they will have a quick, painless death, but the 2/3 that hate the Lord will die painfully, and all the heathens, man. These robots you seen in this video was made to put you to death, whether it's to blow you up, shoot you down, rip off your head and limbs, or crush your rib cage. That's your judgment from the Heavenly Father for being disobedient. All right, 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of Him that made them. You know. Just like the Lord going to put His spirit on the nuclear warheads, to guide them where he want them to go, he going to do the same thing for these robots. They say that the robots malfunction, but that was the Lord, carrying out his judgment for them Japanese, man. And soon to come, Americans and the other countries. All right, she mentioned 2 was deactivated to basically put the 3rd one under subjection, but the 4th one connected to a satellite and started downloading information to rebuild itself even more stronger, man. Hey, but that's the same exact thing that happened in the movie Monsters of Men. You had like 3 or 4 U.S. military robots, deployed in Japan, or China, and 3 ended up getting neutralized, but the 4th connected to a satellite. All right, these robots you see in this video will connect to Wi-Fi and satellites at random, and will download whatever they want to benefit them, Just like your phones, connects to hotspots across the world, not even not just only your hotspot, your Wi-Fi at your house, but like McDonald's, Burger King, different restaurants, different hotels. You even got some areas that have hot spots from AT&T, that's not a specific building, It be in parks and stuff, man. Hey, it can be in your backyard, man. All right. But hey, when they let loose these robots in these cities, and they so-called malfunction, these government officials are going to leave them alone, unattended, because they can't do nothing about it. They ain't going to be able to recover it, It's just going, that machine just going to be on the path of destruction, man, The Lord is warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through his prophets, man, his servants, to come back to him before all hell break loose and you catch destruction on all sides, man. Left, right, top, and bottom, man. There won't be nowhere to run in that day. You can run, but you can't hide. It's like what the scriptures say, like you run from a lion, or is it a bear, and you run into a house and lean on the wall and the serpent bit you, man. Hey, hey, you shall not escape it, man. This is the last one. Proverbs 16:4. It say the Lord have made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. Come, man. Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. The nation of Edom will bring all types of destruction to the earth, because he is that red horse in Revelation that take place. Salaki, that take peace, from the earth, and he is also that whipping stick, for the Lord, So all these weapons that we know about, that we see, that was made by the hands of the wicked, starting with Esau, Edom, and that nuclear war, hey, it's gonna put an end to this society, man. The nuclear missiles is end all be all, man. All right, but Lord willing, this lesson will edify to you. I want to say shalom.